Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. As you probably know, there is a naval blockade conducted by the Russian Navy on the seaports, Black Sea ports of Ukraine. Therefore, Ukraine cannot deliver its grain or other produce to the world or get any supplies via the Black Sea. The Russians offered a solution for that, and their solution was a corridor. I think it was 3 nautical miles wide and about 70 nautical miles long, where it could be a corridor for the vessels to come get in and out of the ports of Odessa, the port of Odessa. But the Russians stated that cannot be completed unless the Ukrainians are taking their mines from the port because the Ukrainians placed mines all around. So obviously the Russians cannot go and land in Odessa via the Black Sea. Now the Russians stated that, and this article that I have here talks about the Ukrainians' um, solution, and the solution is the same solution that I was discussing about 5 days ago regarding the same issue when the Russians first offered this corridor. And I said, well, there's the mines and there's the ships, the Russian ships. If those guys get the mines, these guys can go and land. So it's kind of like, what do you want us to do? So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine, June 2nd, 2022, and this is the title. Ukraine responds to Lavrov's naval blockade proposals. Uh, Nikolenko was responding to an earlier suggestion by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who said that Russia would allow grain ship to pass if Ukraine clears its ports of mines. And I'm quoting step one, and then step one, Russia must withdraw its naval presence away from Ukrainian shores, guaranteeing against attacking ports and merchant convoys, said Nikolenko. Um, so, see, that's Ukraine remains committed to looking for ways to avoid a global food crisis by reopening maritime trade in the Black Sea and Sea of Azov. He urged countries concerned about their food security to put pressure on Moscow to lift the blockade of Ukrainian ports and end the war. So, as I stated in the other video, this can't be done like this because if you look at from the Ukrainian perspective, of course they will not take their mines because they would. It's a war, so why would they take their mines out? So the Russians the next day could invade that way from the sea. Now the Russians probably cannot give guarantees that, hey, you know what, we're not going to invade, but you see, it's the Ukrainians who have the mines. We provide a corridor, and they should just take their mines away out from wherever they place them. So it's going to be like this. I don't see how the things could be solved under this kind of circumstances, unless the Russians succeed on either bypassing, for instance, Odessa and using Mariupol as a route to ship grain and other produce in and out of Ukraine. And the thing is, it's claimed that Azov Sea is very shallow waters, and supposedly the merchant ships would hit the bottom or something, the floor of the sea. Now I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm pretty sure it's deeper and has its routes where you can go in and out safely. I mean, Mariupol, after all, is still a port city, an important port city. But with Odessa, unless the Russians are how should I put it, conquering Odessa, that port, or lose the war, that port will not be open for commerce pretty soon. And if the Russians will be able to do with Odessa what they did with Mariupol, then yes, then they take care of all the mines as they did in Mariupol and open up Odessa. I don't think they have much desire to do that because they don't really, it doesn't really affect them at all. So the Russians are just pointing fingers at the Ukrainians just to avoid responsibility, which, as I said, that's a war. What do you expect? I give you here, I take from there. Um, Nevertheless, the Ukrainians claim that the Russians still are able to rob Ukraine of grains and sell it via other ports and send it to Turkey. And it's according to Turkish, I don't know, some regulation that's illegal nowadays because of the sanctions and blah, blah, blah. But nevertheless, the Russians have grains, the Ukrainians will not, and the rest of the world will have a shortage. The port will not, the Odessa port will not be demined, let's put it this way. Thank you for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.